We invited more than a dozen senior coalition figures to join us. None were available. The New South Wales Liberal Treasurer Matt Kean has agreed to speak to us tonight. He's a leading Liberal moderate and has also been a critic of the Morrison Government on its approach to climate change and an integrity commission. Matt Kean, welcome. How much blame do you think Scott Morrison should carry for this result, and how much should be shared by the rest of the party?
Well, at the end of the day, it's the party's position that has got us into trouble. Leading at this time is very difficult. We're seeing the Boris Johnson government struggling in the polls, the Biden administration struggling in the polls, and so too was the Morrison government. But that's no excusing the fact that the Liberal Party has lost seats in our city areas, in our heartland seats, because we've moved away from those communities. We've moved away from them, so they've gone and found an alternative.
And why do you think that was in those particular communities?
I think because we didn't have strong and decisive policies when it came to tackling climate change. I think we did not listen to women across the electorate and the issues that they're facing and coming up with sincere policies to address those issues. And I also think integrity in politics matters, and not having a strong position on having a tough, independent watchdog on the beat was very damaging for us. It was very hard to sell our policies to educated communities in our heartland seats when they wanted strong action on climate change, fairer go for women, and also a strong integrity watchdog.
So specifically, what does the Liberal Party need to do to win back those lost voters, and can it be done with someone like Peter Dutton as the leader?
I think it can be done with someone like Peter Dutton. He's a pragmatic man. But what we need to do is heed the lesson that the community has sent us. If we want to be a broad-based political party, we need to represent the diversity of the community. And that means if you go too far to the right, you're going to alienate people in the centre. We can't afford to do that if we want to continue to win elections.
So specifically on climate change, the first of those issues you mentioned, what would you like to see the coalition do federally?
We clearly need to have a stronger 2030 target, and we need to have policies that will help us get there. That's what we've done here in New South Wales. But we need to take this issue seriously at the federal level. The community's clearly rejected the position on climate that we've taken to the electorate, and we need to learn from that. We need to come up with better policies, just like the states have done, and we need to get on with the job of setting us up to grab the huge opportunities that are emerging because of this global transition to a low-carbon future.
Well, just finally, the problem here is at a federal level, the Nationals won't have a bar of that. They won't budge. So should the Liberals stick with the coalition or break the coalition in opposition?
We should absolutely stick with the coalition. In New South Wales, we came up with climate policies that were supported by the National Party. They were supported by the Conservative wing of the Liberal Party and also the moderate wing of the Liberal Party. We settled that issue here in New South Wales. So it can be done. What we need to do is find the way forward on addressing this issue at the federal level for the coalition government. And that's the path to victory if we can get it right.
Matt Kean, thank you.
Thanks, David.